Toro Barshoma, everybody. Hello, welcome back. As you could tell by my flawless Farsi there at the beginning, I'm doing another Persian drill song. I'm doing another one from ERFAN and GDAAL, actually. I wanted to do one today specifically because I wanted to mention what I saw last night. And what I saw last night on Twitter, which RIP, I mean, we'll see. What I saw last night was that protesters had set fire to the former palace, now museum, I believe, of Ayatollah HAMINE. Right? Rest in piss. I'm gonna probably talk a little bit more about it after the song is over, but it is starting to look like to me like these protests, this rebellion, it may go somewhere. Something may come out of it. Some positive change may actually happen because the people are still not cowed. They're still not ready to surrender or give up. Even with the killings, even with the kidnappings and disappearings of people, they're still out in the streets. They're still not taking any shit. And I am cautiously optimistic that we can get some positive change. I'll talk about that more in a minute. I got my beverage, as always. A few things. Like and subscribe. Helps me out. I always appreciate a little bit of love on the like and subscribe front. I don't speak Farsi, so I do know this song fairly well, but I don't know the lyrics, right? I mean, I don't understand them. So just don't expect that. Right? Let me know in the comments, if you will, what the song's about, if that's important. But I'm just going off of it's a really cool song. And then don't be a dick, right? It's okay if you don't like the song. It's okay if you don't like me. But, I would appreciate it if we could just keep things positive and friendly here. Also, and this shirt applies to you too, my Iranian brothers and sisters. This is a World Cup preview shirt that I'm wearing. Beat England. We beat England in 1950, and then the only other time we played them in 2010, we got a draw. We both will have to play them in the World Cup. If we both beat England, we'll both get out of the group. Wouldn't that be exciting? I may do a live stream for the U.S.-Iran game, and maybe we can chat a little bit, talk a little bit of friendly trash to one another. And hopefully my team wins. I like you all, but I still want my team to win. That has nothing to do with the song. Let's get into the song. This is HAMINE by ERFAN and GDAAL featuring PAYA and JARSHAA. Here we go.
HAMINE, 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 HAMINه 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 بیت داره پایداره همینه همینه خودشه همینه 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 چش دیدنمو نداره کور بشه نبینه 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 آقتش فنمه همینه همه چیش همیشه شبیمه پایدار و دگران نتیجهش همینه قویه قبیله یه سری تازه کاخای ما میخوانی لابلا بذارم پا به جام نمیای پا به پام شرای تا به تا نمیگیره جای پایدار دیوونه کامل ما نمیفهمن این سال ما حال ما شاعرا پایدار و پادگان میمونن یاد ما کارنامه کار ما یادگار همینه 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 میرم رد میکنم قرمزا رو میرم رد میکنم انگار شده دیرم رد میشم و میرم میرم آره میرم رد میکنم قرمزا رو میرم رد میکنم انگار شده دیرم رد میشم و میرم میرم
همینه نگو دیست داری چی ما همیشه جدید بودیم و آمپرت که درجه ریسک پذیریمون داشتی ارد نره بودیم همش حرفه‌ای تورینگ اگرم راست نمیدادیم هنو گمنام میموندی انگار NA بودی پس یالا برو پراکار نجات باش سندی کامون برادری داشتی عرفانم خودش یه پاپاخانه به رات واست واسه تاریکی ها سینمو سپر کردم بهم گفتش قلندر قراره بپیچه منم گفتم اصلا ترس نداره من ترسک حلاله ببین من اینجا رسیدم چون وقتی بچه بودم عرفان بهم تو گوشم میگفت هدف پد نداره سلامتی اصلا پر کنش که خونواده خونه رو ساخت توی جزیره متروکین دکتر ارنست
میرم رد میکنم قرمزا رو میرم رد میکنم انگار شده دیرم رد میشم و میرم میرم آره میرم رد میکنم قرمزا رو میرم رد میکنم انگار شده دیرم رد میشم و میرم میرم هنوز سوز روی سر و تن اگه نایکی پامه میگیرم هرچی رو داری مثل وای کینگا اوزی تو کولی گوچی مثل بادیگارد بیشترین پیروانو داری مثل ناتینگام بنا به من نابغم که از فاز شادی میدم منو بغم پیچیدی بیبی یه سرفست دیسم زدی دیدی همه چی به سرفست دیسم زدی روح تو پرواز میدم مثل پرنده مخ دست من نمیشه باره پرنده ولی نمیخوره گره رو هم باتون در از شما زمینی ها چه میدونی رو ابراتون غلط میرم رد میکنم قرمزا رو میرم رد میکنم انگار شده دیرم رد میشم و میرم میرم آره میرم رد میکنم قرمزا رو میرم رد میکنم انگار شده دیرم رد میشم و میرم میرم همینه 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 همینه
I really like that song. Somebody tell me what hamine means. The only thing I know about that word is my uncle, he's American, but he grew up speaking Spanish. He says hamine. I do not think it means the same thing. I'd be very surprised if it did. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I love that the verses, the different artists, right? You get different deliveries. You get like a slower, more sing-songy one. Then you get a sped up, more spitting, a little bit more aggressive of a delivery. I really like this whole album. I'm a big fan of it. The beats are really good. I like GDAAL and I like ERFAN both. I like the way they rap. Somebody told me that they caused trouble in Iran because they were writing songs against the police. I don't know if that's true or not. Sometimes articles and stuff, when you're translating from one language to another, they don't always cross over. But if that's true, then I support them. We stand with ERFAN and GDAAL because I similarly do not appreciate the police. So I'm with them. I know that GDAAL is in Canada, and I believe ERFAN is in the States. So that's cool. I mean, so I watched Connor DeVeggie 2, which is where I found out about GDAAL. And he has a line in his little verse where he talks about someday his hologram is going to perform in Iran, in Tehran. And, for all these guys and girls, right? 021G, right? She's in London, I think. Mad Gal. There's another one. Whose name I can't remember now, but you got. She was also in the video, in the Kana Devegi video. I may be saying that completely wrong. Please understand, it is not a word that I had ever seen before. I want these people to be able to perform in their home country. And I understand, like, whether or not hip hop is actually illegal, which I've heard that it is, but whether or not it is actually illegal, it is sort of practically illegal, especially when you're talking about the sorts of things that these artists are talking about. When you consider guys like 021 Kid, right? He's writing anti-government music. Shervin. There's a guy. I just did a video and then I took it down because I said some things that weren't accurate. And I didn't want to leave it up if it was going to be inaccurate. But his name is Saman Yassin. He's a Kurd. From what I have heard, he has been arrested and is looking at potentially the death penalty. What they're talking about is not acceptable. And so it's a danger. It's a risk to make this kind of music, especially if you're still in Iran. Right? These guys are not in Iran anymore. It doesn't mean that you are necessarily out of the woods, but it does mean that your life is probably a lot more under your own control if you are somewhere like Canada or the U.S. And I'm glad, I'm glad that they're safe as far as I can tell, right? But I want them to be able to perform in front of their own country, their own countrymen. I want them to be able to perform in Tehran. I want 021G to be able to do a show without a head covering because it's just okay. Like these things, it's hard. It's gotta be so hard to love your country, love the people of your country, and know that you can't really be there. You can't be safe in your own home. So my hope, I've said this every time. It's probably getting old. Maybe it's getting repetitive. But I don't know. I don't know how many. I don't know how many people are talking about this over in my part of the world. But I would love to see positive change come from this really, truly horrific thing that started this rebellion, right? This insurrection, protest, whatever you want to call it, revolution. I don't know if that's appropriate. But it started from the beating to death of a young woman who just had her head uncovered. And many more people have lost their lives in these protests. And likely many more people will. Many people have had their freedom taken. They have, right? Not just their every day-to-day life. You're not free to do this or that. But their physical freedom. They've been put in jail. I would love to see it change. I would love to see Iran be able to go back to the more liberal Iran of the 1970s, right? Not that long ago, 50 years. Just 50 years ago. Not even 50 years, really. 45. And I want people to be able to express themselves, to be able to live the lives that they want to live. Whether that is extremely orthodox, religious, head covering, full hijab, full get up, or whether it's I just want to wear jeans and a t-shirt and not have to wear a scarf and just go to the mall, right? I want people to have the freedom to live those lives. And I want artists to have the freedom to perform in their own country without risk of imprisonment or worse. I'm passionate about this. But I think this video has gone long enough. Thank you all for watching. My thoughts are with you. Have a good day. Stay safe. out there. Be careful. If you are somebody who is part of the protests, if you are somebody who's in Iran and you are out there in the streets, wear a mask, leave your phone at home, and bring water to wash out your eyes if you get gassed. Drink lots of water. It's just healthy for you. And do not talk to the police.